Greetings and salutations. Welcome, one and all, to the channels, to the streams, and to the page. My name is Big Rich X, and today we are back with United Rogue for a little Seattle Swarm and Halifax Lances action in what is hopefully and sure to be a very fun, very thrilling matchup. Or so I've been told, according to the peeps in the United Rogue Discord. I have not been keeping up with United Rogue as much as I should. That is no fault but my own. I've been busy with life, busy with streams, busy with casts, and just busy in general. Either way, we're here now, and that's what should matter, I think. We got to just have ourselves a good time, hopefully have a thrilling and intense matchup, and watch some peeps have a damn good time. Now we got everybody loaded in. I have to observe and produce at the same time, so I wasn't able to get everything up. I got home maybe 20 minutes ago and had to do some side work, and it's just, my life has been very hectic, chat, to say the least. My life has been hectic.
Hello, everyone.
It's been busy. So, bear with me, please.
Where's Space at?
While we load in.
He's coming. Don't start.
I'm loving it, Cannon. I'm going to be playing it after this stream today. I'm very much enjoying Helldivers 2. I'm having a great time with Helldivers 2. I am going to be delivering freedom and democracy and having a good time. Chopra. Whoa. This is too professional. Well, be sure to follow on the Twitch, subscribe to the YouTube, and check out my kick. You better steal caster of the season, man. What the hell? I should be caster of the season regardless. I don't care if I cast one game or just a single match. Give it to me. I'm at that top tier, top talent quality. Top shelf, baby. Okay, Chopra? Plain and simple. Yeah, I'm excited to get into the nitty-gritty tunnels, pull out some flashbangs, and burn some bugs in Helldivers. But we have to focus on the here and now. We're loading into a vault hardpoint, and I'm very much excited for this one. Just double-checking, gentlemen. We have Halifax Lances Team 1, Seattle Swarm Team 2, correct? Understood. Just verifying on my end. I am ready to go. All I ask is that in between matches, you let me get CODCaster set up because, there's still an indie studio and they don't have everything set up in CODCaster yet. So just bear with me in between rounds. But best of luck to both teams. Let's have a good match. Not a problem. VODs will be available on the Twitch, YouTube, and Kick after the stream. Should be a good time, folks. We should be all set. We're getting the final confirmations now. Bear with me, please. Folks, thank you so much for tuning in. All I ask is that if you enjoy the cast, you enjoy my face, you enjoy the voice, that you follow on the Twitch and the Kick if you got it, and then subscribe to the YouTube. That's it. That's all the promoing I will do until the matchup is done. I will focus on the teams. I will focus on United Rogue. But I had to do a quick little shout out for myself. Are we ready to start, gentlemen? Copy. Halifax, are you guys ready? Understood. Well, without any further ado, let's get this matchup started. cannot begin without beginning, and we cannot have a match without starting it. So let's have ourselves a good time. Good luck to both teams. GLHF. Alrighty, we're loading in. Vault Hardpoint coming up first. Halifax Lances taking on Seattle Swarm in the United Rogue Call of Duty League. Best of luck to both teams. I've been able to cast for a couple of these guys, but again, it's been a minute, so my info in the scene of United Rogue may be a bit rusty, so pardon me if some of the settings are wrong on CODCaster. If there's anything that I can adjust in between, you let me know. And like I said, without any further ado, let's get into it. Here we go. Match time, game time, Vault, Hardpoint, Halifax Lances, and Seattle Swarm. We got all the buttons working properly. We're loading on in. Hopefully the minimap glitch has been patched and or fixed. Liquid with first blood on Sweet Baby Ray. Or Babby Ray, actually, is how it's technically pronounced. Or spelled. As Halifax gets on to the first couple of points, they grab the first couple of shots. Seattle Swarm trying to hold the line, though, as it's just 4 apiece. Shots coming in. Wally going down. Badini taking him down to swim with the fishes. Nice little slide move and the headshot as Tom Cruise gets sent back to the Mission Impossible franchise. 12-4 now, setting up the P2 spawns. Halifax Lances rotating out, and Badini finally getting shut down. Nolsey here rotating in through. Ezra trying to stay up and grab that last little bit of scrap. Now rotating, space between spaces, taken out. Tom Cruise here looking for a little bit of revenge off to an 0-2 start. Liquid taken out, Nolsey able to take him. Rotating, Tom Cruise looking the right way this time, able to grab his first kill of the matchup. Now rotating up, Sweet Babby Ray taking him down. Rotations and more coming in favor of Halifax. As Wally can't break through, turning and burning. 3-piece in the feed, Liquid goes down, but Ezra punches through and a solid long shot onto space. Ezra now holding on the P2, shots coming in from Badini. Badini trying to take down Tommy. Tommy Cruise able to cruise on by. Badini sliding up, shot in the toesy woesies before the trade. Those piggies will not make it to market. Liquid again going on a solid 2 first. We got 2 streaks for Ezra as well as he punches on through. Space, though, gets his vengeance on the far shot. Now looking, Tom Cruise just hanging out. Rotations coming in. And Wally rotates right on past, trying to set up the P3 rotation to the P4 as we're all tied up at 34 apiece, 35 actually for a slight lead. Seattle Swarm at 36. Ezra and Liquid leading the lobby. Or excuse me, leading Seattle Swarm with 6 kills apiece. It's Space at 7-3 for the kill leader. 2 streak for Nolsey now. Wally rotating. Spots one with some shots and gonna eat it, unfortunately. Liquid taken out. Excuse me, Liquid able to grab some shots. I swap perspectives. Tom Cruise, though, with the solid 3 streak, clearing house, finally taken out. Again, my observation skills aren't what they used to be, folks, so I apologize if I'm jumping around a lot, missing some of the action. Sweet Baba Ray going down. Tom Cruise here looking for another hot streak, trying to rotate into top art. Able to get a shot in the street. Liquid with another. Nice 2-piece from TC. Now rotating in, Nolsey going to try to pick up Tom here. Tom able to stay up and rotate top art, just trying to set up the crossfires. Wally rotates in. Wally and Tom Cruise once again on the 4 streak. Tom able to pick it up right as he has to reload. So, Seattle Swarm securing the spawns, but only a 7-point lead on this P4. Badini going to go down. A Sweet Baba Ray going out as well. Well done indeed from Ezra and co as they start to take a bit of a lead here. This P4 can be a money hill. Badini with the shots, and we did see the ammo case go down and immediately taken out, and Ezra took himself out. That has been nullified. Thank you, Ezra. He realized his mistake. I realized it. Stream realized it, and he took himself out before he could take advantage. So, thank you, Ezra. No drama. Nothing to worry about, thankfully. Wally here with the shot, with the angle, 86 to 57. Shots coming in. Sweet Baba Ray with the 2-piece, quickly taken out by Liquid. My right wrist, for whatever reason, is starting to cramp up. Badini with the 2 streak. Reminds me of Mandini from the Punisher series, a CIA agent and operative. But we don't know what happened to her. Hopefully we see her return in the Punisher special coming out later in the year. Ezra with the 2-piece as Seattle Swarm try to maintain their lead of about 20 points. Halifax Lance is on the outside looking in. They do have the P2 spawns, but can they maintain it? Nolsey here looking for the finish. 2-piece trades back and forth. The shot up top, dropping in on high. The moves from Nolsey. Wally with the trade out, looking to keep it in Seattle Swarm's favor. Ezra with a big 3 streak and looking for some more. Beautiful, John. I actually found this stream from getting a minute to view a model for 20 minutes. It's cool to see you're still doing commentary. Love doing commentary, Ken. I do it on a semi-professional basis and will hopefully be casting with Courage JD soon. Still need to get that scheduled out. Ring Space up and Tom. Fair enough. Well, we shall see. Space 14 and 11 looking for some shots. Can't find it. Tom Cruise able to cruise on by. Ezra looking for the shots now as it is Halifax Lance's hill. They are down by 40. Seattle Swarm looking to finish strong here. Tom Cruise here, rotating, contesting. Tom Cruise and Liquid combining for 3, and Liquid for 3 on his own. Liquid having a phenomenal match. 47 seconds hill time, 18 and 13, feeling good. Missing some of the action, folks, so I do apologize. Again, my observation skills are not what they used to be. I haven't solo casted, produced, and observed in a very long time. Paydini holding. Gonna have to contest with Ezra. Ezra with a little pre-fire, rotating out, rotating. Paydini. Ooh, pre-fire came in, but not enough. Paydini gonna hold, but not for very long either. P3 on the docket, still about a 40-point game for Seattle Swarm as they rotate on in. Ezra looking for the shots. Tom Cruise on a big flank. Tom Cruise holding. Tom Cruise with the trigger discipline, and it pays off for a 2-piece. Now Tom Cruise and co setting up for the P4 spawn. Smart moves. I like to see it. Wally going down. Sweet Bobby, unfortunately, under some pressure, but able to stay up. Quick contest, and Ezra rotates in to clear it out. Seattle Swarm now with about a 42-point lead, even as Space holds for 20 seconds of scrap time going their favor, unless Ezra has something to say about it. Nice shots, 3-piece in the feed for Seattle, and it's a bit of a reset for the Halifax Lances. Now rotating on through. Wally looking for shots. Not there. Nolsey going to be able to rotate on through. Nolsey looking to contest, but he's just trying to set up the spawns, I believe. And I believe he just got it. We saw Babby rotate in and spawn in, I should say, in the back end. But Liquid holds. As the lead continues to grow, it's all Liquid on the hill. Liquid like a waterfall. But don't go chasing them just yet. Shots coming in, Liquid. Staying alive. On the 4 streak. Wants some more. Eating the shots from Nolsey. Tom Cruise rotating in and keeping the hill time going for Seattle Swarm, despite players being up top for Halifax. And Nolsey able to pick up 2 with Paydini's assistance. And now Nolsey holds on the inside. Again, another 20 seconds on the hill. Do you fight for it if you're Seattle or prep for the P1? I think you got to fight for it. TC trying to rotate in and gets picked up. Paydini going to work. Paydini with the shots. Ezra contests, but only for a short moment. Like Ezra Miller's fame, a short moment able to be extinguished. 4 streak and 3 streak for Paydini and Nolsey respectively as they lock down the P4. We have ourselves a matchup. Just 20 points separating these 2 squads. Ezra with a big 2-piece can't pick up the 3. Space looking for those shots. Liquid at 24 and 16 starting to cook. Nolsey here holding the corner, but again, Tom Cruise, Seattle and co. able to annihilate. Love to see it. Space on the 4 streak now, looking for some more. I got to get me in some of these matches. I've tried to compete in some ranked 8s, but it's just not gone my way, unfortunately. Maybe someday a team will pick me up and see me as more than a caster. As Ezra, 2-1 with Liquid on the streaks, as it's all Seattle Swarm in the back half. They have maintained this lead. Paydini getting blasted in the back, and not in the fun way, folks. 180 to 153, excuse me. 3 streak for Ezra now, holding in the back line. Shots coming in. Liquid with the chase down. Going to be going through the vault as Paydini checks for that player. Is going to disappear. Like Houdini. Paydini takes down Tom Cruise. Looking for the turn and burn. Can't quite find it. Little pre-fire action with both the AR and pistol. Here comes the wraparound. Ezra with a quick trade out. And back and forth we go. Round and round, folks, as Space and Co. surround the hill. P2 and Halifax control. But again, a 40-point deficit is what they have to overcome. Seattle Swarm just annihilating with a 31 bomb from Ezra. Ezra looking for the shot. May have gotten the stick there, but it don't matter. You're going to clear it out either way with Liquid's help. Ezra with the shot. Long distance with the SMG. But I don't much care for long distance relationships with SMGs, nor in real life. Tom Cruise rotating, gets caught on the reload. Ezra trying to get that trade out. And Nolsey going to go down. Rotating. P3 coming up to 14 and climbing now as Halifax Lance is in trouble. They need a big P3 here to get back in this one. Wally going to try to take down Sweet Babby. And going to get a 2-piece to boot on the 3 streak. Solid hold here and nice little pointage for Seattle Swarm as they approach the victory. Nolsey here looking for the shot. Nolsey got a peek, got a contest. It's 228 to 167. You got to get on hill in some capacity. And finally, Nolsey does. But going to meet Liquid and Wally on the outside. Ezra trying to hold, looking for the 4-squad wipe, and they're going to get it, but Paydini gets one. Seattle Swarm might end it on the P3 as they hold the line on the outside, but here comes the Lances charging forward. Lances down. Nolsey contests, but it's not enough. 7 seconds is all Seattle Swarm needs. Rotation from Ezra. Big 2-piece. Wants the 3. Give it to him. Ezra, like the Flash, speeding on down, and Seattle Swarm going to take it, unless Nolsey has something to say about it, but unfortunately, kills ain't going to matter here. Seattle Swarm taking it 250 to 167. Swarm. Halifax Lances, 250 at 167. Folks, a solid GG, so through and through from both sides, but that is going to be Seattle Swarm's W in the round 1. Solid GGs, folks, solid GGs. That Ezra 3-piece at the end was the final nail in the coffin and it sealed the deal. Please take screenshots if you need them now. 37 bomb for Ezra. 28 of them being non-traded, over a minute hill time, and all around top-tier player right there. Let me tell you what. Solid opening matchup. Solid GGs. Welcome. Welcome, everyone. Thank you. Tom versus Space is crazy. It is indeed repeals. Rank Liquid up. I saw a lot of rank up requests in the chat. So, it's not up to me to determine that, but if you think they can handle the higher tiers, then you give them the extra rank. That's plain and simple. Performing well now, but it's an overall determination to see if you can earn the rank up, I think. Excuse me, I wouldn't allow this. I'm just the caster. I'm here to yap, regulate. I'm not here to determine who should face who. I'm not here to determine who's better than who. I'm here to cast and commentate. Potentially dominate. The usual. And now I just wait for lobby code. Or the invite. But a very fun opening matchup. I saw solid rotations from Seattle. What was really strong was their breaking power, especially on that P2. Halifax Lances were struggling to hold. Halifax had a really great turnaround on that first P4, but again, we're playing catch-up for a majority of that matchup pretty much since the P1. So, Halifax Lances, should you get to another hard point with this squad, you got to beat them on the rotation game, and if you don't, have to find a way to break because that's where you were struggling. I saw multiple 3-pieces in the feed, especially from Ezra towards the end there. We saw that incredible 3-piece. But it was really the multi-kills from Liquid, Ezra, and Co. that were really the detriment to Halifax Lances and really crushed their momentum early. So that's why it was such a huge score disparity towards the end. Seattle just locked in and Halifax couldn't catch up. That's my analysis. Take it or leave it. Again, I'm not trying to be rude or mean. Most of the players on this team, on any of these teams, would wipe the floor with me in a COD match. This is just my experience as a caster. If you take offense to it, you're going to have to deal with it, and there are worse things people will say as you progress in the COD scene than what I'm telling you now. Anyway, it's Seattle Swarm 1-0 over the Halifax Lances. Game is glitching out. One moment, folks. Doing a quick reset on this. Apologies. Quick reset, folks. Quickly restarting. Relaunching. One moment. Okay. But feeling good. I'm loving the energy so far. Feels like it's about time to keep things rolling. What happened? Well, that's a bit of a shocker. I don't know what's happening with that. But anyway, sorry, timeline drama. Don't worry about it. We're loading back up into Call of Duty. Bear with me while we get everything set and squared away. And yeah, we'll get everything sorted out. Apologies for the delay, folks. This is on me, not the players. My game just decided to freeze up on me when I accepted an invite, so let me try again. There we go. Just join up on party and game. If it'll let me this time, which it should. I don't see why it won't, or why it wouldn't. But, ergo my frustration. But hopefully everyone's having a good day. I'm hoping we are enjoying the vibes of the stream thus far. And we'll go from there. Right now, I'm just trying to communicate with the teams as best I can through Discord. There we go. One moment, please, while I get everything set up in CODCaster. Just bear with me.
You are all good, my friend. No rush.
Got Halifax Lances at Team 1, correct?
You would be correct.
Okay. All right, should be all set on my end. Best of luck to both squads. Now, we're loading into a dealership search and destroy. The way Halifax ties the series up, they control the pace of the matchup. This is what I say in nearly every search and destroy after a tough hardpoint loss, especially when it's close to 100 points or more. You cannot allow Seattle to carry their momentum forward. Come out with a big opening round, control the pace of the matchup, especially with dealership. Avoid those early nade traps where you're going to be next to a car, and even if you have flak jacket or blast protection or whatever you want to call it, the car explosion will take you out on top of the nade. So avoid those early nade tosses, that util spam. That's going to happen after round one when you don't have any trophy systems to protect. And as we get loaded in, best of luck to both sides. Halifax Lances currently down 1-0 to the Seattle Swarm. Here we go. Seattle Swarm playing aggressive early. Shots coming in through the mid lane. Ezra looking for that open and first blood. Paydini trying to rotate, eating that nade. A lot of mid-map control for Seattle Swarm, but they're stacked up a bit too much. I'd like to see them just spread out a little bit. Be close enough so you can contest a 1v1, but not so close where you get 1v2'd. Like Space and Paydini here could have just stacked up and we're in a bit of trouble, but Liquid here looking for that opening shot. Not quite finding it as Seattle Swarm get backed up here. Good chance for Halifax to get some map control. Pedini on the outside looking in, trying to track him down as they rotate. Tom Cruise on the outside as Sweet Babby hits one, and the drop shot no go, but Liquid with a two-piece. Now Space in trouble, gonna get dropped. Seattle Swarm with the opening round, and if you were the Halifax Lances, that's exactly what you wanted to avoid. You see Liquid grab a 3 streak. You cannot allow a player to just grab 3 of you, and especially in back-to-back. This is going to be a bit of a difficult comeback, I think, for Halifax if they allow Seattle to keep dominating like this. W Big Rich, thank you. Thank you, Cannon, and thank you, everyone, for being here. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're not following the Twitch stream, please be sure to do so now. If you're not subscribed to the YouTube, please be sure to do so now. Anywho, Liquid, your bomb carrier, carrying at 3-0 after the first round. Gotta be careful in this mid-lane push, as it's just asking for trouble. Got multiple eyes on that one angle, and Liquid just sort of shoulder checking Wally holding up top office. Gotta be careful here. Halifax playing this smart so far. They're not getting overtly aggressive. Pedini here maybe did, as Ezra grabs the first blood. Liquid for the 4-0, and now a 4-2. So Halifax Lance is immediately in trouble yet again. And an incredible numbers disadvantage. You got to take those shots. You got to at least put some ammo down range. And unfortunately, Knowlesy just got caught off guard. Now Space in an almost impossible situation in a 1v4. Wally eating some shots. And here comes the rotation. Space. Unfortunately, we will not hold Space for that. 2-0 for Seattle now. And we're seeing a bit of the panic set in when those first initial gunfights go down and not in your favor. Space had the pistol out, was trying to swap. In that kind of situation, you can't swap. You just got to try and get them with the gun you have, because you're going to get caught on the YY swap just like that. It's a 1v4 regardless, so, you know, you're going to be in trouble either way, Space. But right now, Seattle Swarm, they have carried that momentum forward from the hard point, and they have not shown a single sign of slowing down. A couple of donuts and breadsticks for Halifax. They need to improve their diet and their score here right now. Pedini taking a bit of a risk, mantling up like that, but trophy systems are out now, so you should be all right to nade spam and be protected. First blood for Pedini, looking for 2, and Ezra able to get the trade. Now rotating out, bomb down Alpha. Pedini on the bloodlust, looking for the finish. Nice follow-up to shut down Liquid streaks. Ezra goes down, and now Wally in the 1v3. Bomb already down, pressure on Wally here to make a move. Shots coming in, but no go. Revealing his location, now going to the vents. Got to be careful here, they're going to check it. Now rotating back, and the shots, the numbers game. Halifax Lances grab 1. Keeping things interesting, folks. Big concern there for Halifax that they were unable to grab a round, but it seems to be fairly defensive heavy once he gets set up on bomb. Excuse me, I should say offense heavy now. It's been a bit of back and forth, but not necessarily either side, but Halifax definitely needing the offensive wherewithal just to get that first blood and turn things around. So they get the numbers game. They start to outmaneuver and outplay. You take down their heavy hitter in Liquid, and now you try to reset. Pedini going for this angle, a bit of an aggressive push, and you pay the price for it. You very rarely push down that stairwell and get away with it. Knowlesy holding for the push as Liquid again goes down. Wally with the bomb. Ezra here holding on that mid lane bay window. Tom Cruise protecting the alpha flank. And we come to a bit of a standstill. Knowlesy holding this angle. Shots coming from Wally, and great shots indeed to give you the numbers back. Space here still holding in the mid lane. Well, you have Sweet Babby Ray rotating onto Bravo. Ezra here. Wally going down 2v2 now. Nice follow-up from Space. Babby taking down Ezra. Shots coming in from TC. Babby goes down. Rotations coming in. Space in a 1v1. Tom Cruise doesn't see him. Now rotating back. Spotted him. Oh, but Space had the shots. Halifax Lances tie it up. Revy to gold. Okay, we're getting a lot of call-ups for peeps. A lot of changes. A lot of rank-ups. But either way, it's Space to grab TC. After a solid start from Seattle, Halifax have bounced back in a big way. 2-2, but don't call the ballet just yet. Everything balancing out. Let's see how Seattle Swarm respond to this resurging Halifax Lance squad. Despite Nolsey going 0 for 4 through the first 4 rounds, Halifax Lances have been able to tie it up. Stuns and more coming in to halt Seattle Swarm. Tom Cruise with an aggressive push on the far side, looking for an angle. This is going to be a rush towards Bravo. No one picking it up just yet. I think Liquid are going to sense it, or they got to hear him stomping or planting. Tom Cruise with the rotation paying off. And now they realize, here comes the collapse. Space takes down Wally. Now rotations coming in. They're really stacked up. They got to spread out a bit here. I don't know if they realize Paydini lurking. Paydini with one. Paydini tries to grab another, but it's a no-go. It's another 2-piece from Liquid. Now 1v2. Space in a bit of trouble here. Nice nade to take down Liquid. Now 1v1 on the 4 streak, protecting bomb. Goes for the reload. Ezra spots him, though. Sliding out. Ezra goes down with the AR. Are you kidding me? What a play from Space. Clutch in his veins. A beautiful job. Just barely got the reload. Ezra forced it and unfortunately goes down. In close quarters combat, you got to play your SMG a bit better and get your regen going. Ooh, that could have been very different. 5 streak for Space, folks. Well done, Space. Well done indeed. Shots coming in now as Seattle Swarm have lost 3 rounds in a row. Halifax doing a great job of controlling the pace of the matchup and maybe getting a few lucky breaks. Ezra here rotating. Spots him. Swaps to the pistol for whatever reason. You got to be careful in these situations. If I'm breaching a door, I am not swapping to my pistol regardless of what's going on. That is a dangerous move, Ezra. You might be playing a little too cocky. Babby Ray holding in the mid lane. Now Ezra just shoulder checking. Everybody shoulder checking and peeking. Babby Ray looking for shots in the mid lane, but again, just stuns and util going out. No one going down as everyone stacks up towards Bravo. I like the spacing from Halifax. They got good coverage on both objectives while having backup. Tom Cruise rotating in through the mid lane. Sweet Babby Ray gets spotted. Shots coming in. Got to be careful. He rotates back. Now map pressure being applied by Seattle Swarm. Shots from Sweet. Unfortunately, a no-go. Tom Cruise with the first blood, but 19 seconds. Ezra with the 2-piece, and now all alone. Paydini got to somehow clutch the 1v4. Bomb going down Alpha. Paydini might be able to catch him here on the plant. Do they have time? Paydini might have just stolen it from him. Oh my goodness, Paydini shuts it down. What a play from Paydini, 4 in a row. They had no time left. All he had to do was poke his little head in for the kill. What a steal for Paydini. And that's paying dividends. Liquid didn't have his ass covered. And unfortunately, Paydini interrupts the plan at the last second. Incredible play from Paydini. What wherewithal. What gutso. Well done, Paydini. So 4 rounds in a row after the lucky steal from Paydini. Nolsey going 0-6, and it don't matter. Halifax is basically playing a 3v4 and winning it. Seattle Swarm getting torched here. Shots coming. Ezra lurking, though. Ezra holding the line in the fountain. Going in for a bird bath. Gotta be careful here. Does he look one way or look the other? Slides in, and Nolsey goes down to the TK. Unfortunate there, so a 3v2. Seattle Swarm with a chance to steal this one. Tom Cruise with the rotation. Paydini trades it out. 1v2. What an incredible steal from Paydini, though. Can he do it again? Does he have it in him to somehow clutch the 1v2 after his insane run and steal? Gonna rotate in. Liquid gets spotted. Liquid taken out. It's a 1v1. Paydini here. Spots Wally. The shots come in, but no go. Wally just trying to stay up now. Dropped to 40 HP. Paydini going in on the hunt. Trying to track him down. Wally just backing up, giving all this room to Paydini. Paydini still chasing him down and now going for the plant. Wally, got to check OBJ. And bomb going to go down. Pressure now on Wally to rotate back in. Good not to break through the glass. Slowly rotating. Paydini here, going to pick it up. Wally with the shots. Can't get it, Paydini! Oh, my goodness. Back-to-back round clutches for Paydini, as he is paying dividends for this Halifax squad. Shots. Incredible. On the Toesy Woesies. Those piggies will not make it to market, but you know who is going to market and making a steal? It's Paydini, because he just hit pay dirt, payday, Paydini. That's that. Print it on a t-shirt and send it to me, Halifax. Payday Paydini. I want it. I want it. 4 streak and more. Paydini just putting in the work. Match point now after 5 in a row. Seattle Swarm in trouble here as Tom Cruise goes down to the opening nade. Shots from Paydini. 2v4. And Seattle Swarm getting blitzed. Liquid able to grab one to stem the bleeding at least a little bit. Paydini on the bloodlust, though, gets taken out and maybe a little too greedy. So now 2v2. If you're going to rotate like that, you rotate with your squad. Nolsey able to pick up their first kill of the game not too long ago. I was unable to see it because I was distracted by Paydini. Liquid here now going for the plant. Has the coverage this time and plenty of time to do it. So no Paydini masterpiece this time around as he's been taken out. So a 2v2 classic gunfight situation on OBJ. Space got to check those corners before he rotates. Now Ezra rotating in, sliding in, gonna catch both of them, but can't find a single kill. Liquid now in the 1v2. Holding on the big bay door, spots one, easily grabs it. Space rotating later, and Liquid rotates back. You gotta check bomb. Liquid, what are you doing, buddy? Space going for the ninja. Liquid checking it just in the nick of time. Seattle stays alive. Paydini. Paydini paying dividends. Liquid here sitting at 10 and 5. Space, unfortunately, gets caught out on the defuse. Folks, I might treat myself tonight. I'm feeling pretty good. Beamed. Thank you for the follow, by the way, on the Twitch. I do appreciate it. If someone wants to donate, that'd be great to treat myself tonight because I'm feeling good. But that's me just asking for money. If you want to give me money, but don't feel forced to. Either way, 5-3. Seattle Swarm able to stop Halifax in their tracks. And now trying to mount a comeback as Liquid grabs the first blood. Seattle Swarm starting to buzz a little bit with anticipation. Sweet Babaray with a gunfight with Ezra, but Ezra getting the better of him this time. Another 4v2 gunfight for Nolsey and Space. Nolsey got to step up here and now. Find that zero to hero storyline somehow, some way as the punk rock plays in the background. Maybe the real punk rock is Nolsey. Popping off. Able to grab one. Tom Cruise got spotted, but he picks up one. Looking for two. Can't get it. Nolsey with two. Looking for the ace. That zero to hero story is possible, folks. To clutch the game for Halifax, Nolsey has to grab the ace now. Started 1-7 on this round, by the way. Currently 3-7. Rotating. Eats the stun. That info going to Liquid. Liquid on the 4 streak as well. Nolsey peeking. Nolsey with the shots. Can't seem to find it. Going for the nade now. 12 seconds. And Seattle Swarm's playing this smart. They're playing it perfectly. They don't have to over-aggress, and they don't. Liquid with a big clutch 5 streak. I believe maybe the ace of his own. Huge game from Liquid. Not the 2. I don't know if he got the 3, but either way, Liquid Liquid with the 5 streak. And now 5-4. Halifax Lance is in trouble, as they were 1 round away from a major upset, but Seattle Swarm starting to buzz. Feeling a little industry buzz in the chat. Liquid cooking up something special. They're on the offense now. How do they respond? How does Halifax Lances respond, I should say, on the defensive side of things, though? Seattle Swarm looking to keep their momentum going, but a lot of stuns preventing them. Nades and more coming out. Liquid got to be careful not to go down to his own team's nades. Paydaney in the mid lane, moving and grooving. Shots coming in, and Seattle Swarm got to be careful. They don't want to give up this first blood. Tom Rouge rotating shots and pre-fires coming in and more, but a no-go. Ezra shoulder checking, very dangerous shoulder check, but going for it. Rotating out now, checking corners, got to be careful. No one going down yet, 45 seconds left on the clock. Paydaney in his trademark spot. Shots coming in from space, but a no-go. Wally here looking for the shots, looking for an angle. Time is running out for Seattle. They got to get this bomb down, and they got to get it down ASAP. Nolsey looking for the shots on the outside. Moving up on to OBJ. Liquid trying to get the plant, and they're getting it. Here comes the rotation in from Paydaney. Got to check it. 1 for Paydaney. 2 for Paydaney. Sweet Babby Ray with another. Here comes the full rotate. Liquid lurking in the corner. Oh, they don't notice. They didn't see him. Paydaney didn't see him. He was right in front of him. Shots coming in. Oh, Liquid with the 2-piece, but it's no go. Oh, my goodness. How did you not notice Liquid sooner? Liquid played it until the last possible second, but got overwhelmed. 6-4, the final score. Halifax Lances tie the series. There will be no quick 3-0. There will be no DoorDash, folks. What a matchup, folks. What a solid, solid matchup we have here tonight. Please take your screenshots now for your record books. Despite the 14-6 from Liquid and the 3-9 from Nolsey, the Halifax Lances come away with the win. What an effort. What a matchup, folks. What a solid, fun time we have here tonight, as it's all tied up in the series 1-1. Good tidings to be had by all. What an effort from Paydaney, though. I mean, if Halifax steal this series, I got to give MVP to Paydaney for those 2 clutch wins in back-to-back rounds. It was a 4-1, and Paydaney gets the kill on Liquid while he's planting the bomb. Time runs out. Paydaney clutches. Paydaney comes in and clutches a 1v2 for the W. Back-to-back Paydaney. A payday, indeed. And an incredible job. Folks, I'm going to send it to a BRB, but don't you dare go anywhere, because we got a lot more Call of Duty action courtesy of United Rogue coming up real quick. I just have to give my voice a rest, so I'll see you real soon. And we're back. Control on the docket next. Halifax with an impressive and dominant search and destroy. They did exactly what they needed to with a little bit of luck, courtesy of Daney in the back end. Either way, though, Control coming up next. And the respawn, I think, favors the Swarm just a tad here, just because the score was a bit more disparaging of the 250-167 finish in the hard point. I believe we're going to a quick reset as the matchup is brought to a draw, folks. So bear with me while I get everything reset and resituated, but we're loading into Control next on the Hacienda. It would is sure to be a fairly intense matchup, hopefully a fun one, but again, don't go anywhere. I'm going to keep giving my voice a rest because I can already feel it getting a bit scratchy. Alrighty, we're back. Baydini in the chat. Sweet Babby, Ray, if we win, you want a barbecue bottle on the weapon wall? Perhaps temporarily, but I'm a ketchup man, in all fairness. We're loaded on in. We're going to get back into this one. Let's see how Seattle Swarm fares against the Lances. Is Sweet Bobby Ray going to work? Shots coming in from either side. But Halifax Lance is off to a solid start. So we rotate on through. Ezra trying to find some angles. Wally on the outside, trying to get those shots, but couldn't quite find it. Space lighting them up top like a shooting star. He's looking pretty darn good doing it. Liquid here now looking for some more. Bobby Ray going down, rotating. Paydini with the double on the 3-1. Shots coming in from Ezra, though, to shut that down. Rotations, all sorts of commotion by the ocean. Knowlesy here rotating in through secret, trying to find something. As Wally gets caught out in the mid lane, unfortunately. He can't get caught sitting like that. Tough throw with the stun. Tom Cruise able to take down Knowlesy, but Space runs through the liquid. I think they're just trying to set up some sort of spawn trap, but they need to get on OBJ and start making progress. As you see, Paydini with a little sneak around. Liquid on the outside. Able to clean that out, though. Or, excuse me, that was Tom Cruise. The scoreboard glitch affects us all. Solid defensive hold so far from Halifax. 19-18 in lives remaining. Someone needs to get on OBJ ASAP. It's going to be trouble. Knowlesy and Paydini going to work. Wally here with a big turnaround, trying to find an angle. Looking for a shot. You got to rotate. Someone's got to get on OBJ ASAP. Space takes down one. And that's a 3-piece in the feed for Halifax. That's 4 down. And Halifax with a big opening round. Big opening round. 1-0 for Halifax. Space here looking for the shot. Looking for an angle. Gonna get it. Give him one. Quick reload. Drop down onto Wally here, I believe. No, not even dropping down, just sticking in the window. Beautiful shots from Space with that 3-piece. Well done, Seattle Swarm. Well done, Halifax. A solid and competitive matchup through and through thus far, but Halifax Lance is opening the floodgates, it would seem, after a tough hardpoint loss. Let's see how they fare on attack, though, as Control is a defense-heavy mode. Streaks of 1, 2, and 3 Halifax Lances, to say the least, are impressing me. Rotations coming in. Liquid here looking for an angle. Nolsey here on the outside, trying to find a way in. Tom Cruise to grab the first blood. 3-piece in the feed for Seattle. Nolsey just trying to make some noise, but unfortunately it's a no-go, so it's just a 4-odd trade in favor of Seattle. They finally bounce back. Halifax Lance is in a bit of trouble, though, as Ezra cooking in the spawn. Tom Cruise on the 2-streak as well. And Paydini trying to find an angle. Drop in. Liquid. Or excuse me, Tom Cruise taking a bit of a risk there, but Paydini hopping onto OBJ, at least temporarily. Can they hold, though? Liquid here now down below, looking for a shot. Looking for that first tick onto Alpha. Can't quite find it. Halifax starting to find their rhythm again after a tough opener. Back-to-back trades going in favor of Halifax as Ezra tries to defend on OBJ. It's a no-go. Sweet Bobby trying to grab that first tick, and they do. So they have a leg up on Seattle. Should have come to the round 5. Back and forth we go. I'm trying to keep up the action, folks, but it's not my strongest suit. Ollie going down. Unfortunate. Ezra rotating in through Secret, trying to catch him out in the mid lane. Check your left. Able to pick up 1. Looking for 2. And gonna get it. Ezra with some solid shots, but Space able to clean up. Sweet Bobby Ray on the 4-streak, and I didn't catch none of it. I'm sorry. Alpha fully secured. Halifax looking strong. Can they secure the Bravo? Shots coming in. Nice 2-piece from Tom. Paydini on the outside, looking in, eats the stun, and eats some bullets to go with it. Liquid here rotating in on the far side. Sweet Bobby grabbing 1, but no more. Nolsey trying to get there. 13-10 now. Again, advantage currently in Halifax's favor should this go to the round 5. Like I said, they are able to grab a full hill. That's 3 ticks in their favor. And a big rotate from Halifax. They're spending a lot of time on this flank, and it may not pay off. Rotations coming in. He's trying to clear up top, and he does. Tom Cruise holding on the hill. Ezra up top as well, trying to check Secret for any movement, but Nolsey was able to GTFO. 11-7 now in lives. Liquid looking for shots in top office. Can't quite find them. It'll be Sweet Bobby Ray rotating up top, trying to clear. But again, the COD timing not in their favor necessarily. As Liquid continues to rotate and be a menace. On the 1-streak, Tom Cruise on the 2. Rotation, Sweet Bobby Ray, check your corners. Liquid going for the chase down. Oh, and slicing them in the back. Sweet Bobby Ray. Unfortunate there, folks. Shots coming in from Paydini to get a little vengeance, but a 1v9. Beautiful shots from Space right to the dome piece on TC. And now it is all but over as we are going to be tied after 2. Good rounds overall, but it's a defensive effort through and through. Halifax with the 3-tick lead, though. Sweet Bobby Ray. We will get to see that streak after all. There's one of it. Let's see if we can get a little more of it. Sweet Bobby Ray looking for that 2-piece. Spotted Ezra down below. We only grabbed the 2-piece, but still, well done, Sweet Bobby Ray. Starving. I'm hungry. I think I'm either gonna go order something or I'm gonna cook up some chicken, chat. I'm hungry. My neighbors are cooking up something that smells good. Now I'm just getting hungry. Someone PayPal me $30 right now. Either way, rotations. Who's gonna get commentation the most? I try to divvy it up as evenly as I can. Paydini, though, with the first blood. Ezra to trade it out. Rotations coming in as they try to get onto OBJ. They need a bit more progression than they got last time because they got none of it. Now holding down below. Sweet Bobby going down. Liquid looking for something and unfortunately taken out. Gonna see Ezra on OBJ trying to secure. Paydini gonna contest. Rotating out, gets caught out, and that's 3 down. Huge opportunity for Seattle here to stack up on OBJ. And they do, securing a lot of progress on B. Space trying to clear, but it's a Tom Cruise and co. just streak here as they annihilate. 5 streak for Wally. 3-piece in the feed, though, for Halifax. They cannot secure Bravo, unfortunately, for Wally and co. But he saves his streaks trying to get that Hellfire. Now rotating into Alpha, they stack up. Shots coming in. Ezra rotating on through into top office, trying to clear house. Clearing. Ezra tracking. Can't get nothing. Rotates in and gets one, looking for that 3rd tick. They do get 3 ticks, but they don't have an objective yet. 2 down in the feed. They stack up, or at least they need to. Nolsey catches them on the climb. Quick trades in the mid lane. Liquid here, trying to stack up on Bravo to secure it. And this would give them the lead with a 4-3 tick advantage. But they contest at the last second. Contesting. No, sir. No more festering or the contestering. Tom Cruise going down. Sweet Bobby on the 2 streak. As they wait for backup, Ezra picking up 1. 18-11. Seattle Swarm annihilating here on offense. Medini holding up top. Space rotating in. Trying to track down 1. Gonna get it. Space. Take this down. Liquid rotating up. Gonna have to back up. And Tom Cruise not pushing it, surprisingly enough. Gonna just bust through down on the secret. And does follow it up eventually. 16-10 in lives remaining. Shots still going in favor of Seattle. Nolsey trying to rotate on through. The rest of Halifax trying to find a way in. Nolsey gets picked up. Liquid holding on OBJ. They stack up. Sweet Bobby Ray, you got to contest. Rotating in, going down. TC. Big 2-piece from TC. An offensive win for Seattle Swarm and a major upset and turn of events here in the control. 2-1. Seattle with a big advantage here coming up on defense. TC at 21 and 13. Picks up the 1. Rotating. Tom Cruise. He does his own stunts, folks. And he is looking crisp and clean while doing it. Rotating out now. I think he got some more here as well, but I guess they didn't want to show it. Either way, 2-1 for Seattle here with a chance to take a 2-1 series lead. 5 streak for Ezra. Can he protect it? Oh boy. I'm getting sweaty under the bright lights, chat, but I'm going to be okay. Let's see how Halifax can respond. Tom Cruise looking for that opening shot on Paydini. And it's going to be Ezra and co to trade out. Space with the trade. As Ezra goes down, losing that 5 streak. So a bit of a silver lining for Halifax as they get the opening salvo in their favor. That's 3 down in their feed for Halifax as they're going to stack up on Bravo. Very similar strat to Seattle in the previous round as they're just annihilating on B. I got the hiccups, I think, so bear with me, folks, while I try to clear them. All Halifax on B. Ezra trying to rotate through. Gonna contest. Sliding up. Paydini stays alive, but only for a moment. Tom Cruise trying to contest, and does. But again, 25-21 and complete opposites of the first couple of rounds. Halifax have grabbed Bravo. Liggity split. But just like that, Seattle have been able to keep the lives counter close with a 3-piece in the feed. So reset the momentum a bit. Wally above Secret. Got to be careful here and play their life patiently. You see Ezra rotating in. Paydini goes down. Pressure starting to mount. Liquid goes down, though, in the mid lane. So you got to be careful of that mid lane flank. And just like that, they have alpha control, but they're not getting on it. Not yet. Trying to get that full clear. But Nolsey going to hop onto OBJ. Try to force their hand, and they will. Shots coming in. They clear alpha. Sweet Bobby Ray. Only able to pick up the 2 streak and looking for more. This time beginning to dwindle a bit. It's a 16-18 in their favor. Halifax Lances have a chance. Liquid, though, with the rotation, picking up 1. Paydini goes down as well, so 16-15 now, keeping things close. Wally and Ezra rotating on through. Making progress. Check OBJ, Ezra. And a costly mistake as they get the tick. And more. Shots coming in. Paydini with a big 2-piece. He goes down to the TK. Liquid, though, trying to save it. Sweet Bobby Ray for the 2 tick. 13 to 10. Huge plays once again from Paydini. Shots coming in from on high. This is just all sorts of chaos. TC up top, grabs one, needs the two, and gonna get it. Liquid with the 2 streak. Shots coming in. He can't save it for long, though. 6 to 8 in lives remaining. It's a mad dash to OBJ. Shots for Ezra. They get back on objective. They got to clear this progress. They are danger close, danger close. 6-5. It's coming down to the wire. Shots coming in. Sweet Bobby Ray trying to stay up in the pistol play from Sweet Bobby Ray. They're very close. They got to be careful here. They're on OBJ. Now trying to stack up and just steal it. Shots coming in. Liquid trying to get there. They clear it with just a few short seconds to spare. 2v2 to determine it. Tom clearing progress and then escaping. Liquid up top. Paydini and Sweet Bobby Ray in a 2v2 gunfight to determine the winner of this round. Liquid on the 4 streak, though. Still has his util. Liquid goes down. Or Tom Cruise goes down. Liquid stays up. 5 streak now. A 1v1. The heavy hitters on both sides. It's Paydini. It's Liquid. Liquid's got to keep it clear. He's searching for him. Paydini's got to get on OBJ. Back and forth we go. Liquid holding on the outside. Paydini steps up. He turns his back and Liquid clutches Paydini. Can't do it. A 1v1 to determine the winner. What a thriller of a control. Paydini goes down. Unfortunate set of circumstances there, folks, to say the least. That big 3-piece from Tom Cruise set up the offense. And Seattle Swarm, by the skin of their teeth, are able to steal that one away. Paydini turns his back. Unfortunate timing, to say the least, but an incredible matchup. Don't forget to screenshot, folks, for those of y'all keeping track. Woo! We got ourselves a series, folks. We go now into the hard point with Seattle Swarm on the edge of securing the victory. Can they do it? Can they finish the matchup? Oh boy. Yeah, I am starving, folks. I am hungry. I need some food.
The earlier a child who has been abused gets help, the greater the chance of
He's talking about some HIPAA stuff. I don't know what he's going on about, but is Seattle team 1 or is Halifax going to be team 1? Just to clarify. Understood. Thank you. Let me adjust CODCaster real quick. Seattle to team 2, folks. Seattle to team 2. Give me just one moment. Alrighty. We should be ready. Halifax, your team 1. Seattle team 2. This is a series point for Seattle. Best of luck to both teams. Best of luck to both teams. We're loading in, chat. We are loading on in. And boy, oh boy, this is going to be a fun one. Hardpoint on the skyline coming up next. These two teams have been going back and forth. Although Seattle Swarm has the edge here. They have been able to close out the respawns, however close or however distant it may seem. They won the first hard point, 250 to 167, and then a nail-biter of a 3-1 finish in the control. They got handed a loss in the search and destroy, so it needs some work. But either way, it's Seattle Swarm's game to lose right now. Can they put it away on the skyline? It's time to find out as we load on in. Best of luck to both sides. Here we go, folks. So we get everything set and squared away on my end. Shots coming in. Ezra with the first blood. And off to the races we go. He grabs a two-piece before Space and Sweet Bobby Ray get the trade out. Wally looking to clear off P1, but it's not going to happen. Ezra looking for some shots in the mid lane. Tom Cruise with the assist. Up top is Liquid looking for the clear, and here comes the contest. Beautiful shots. They keep objective clear, so Halifax grabbing the first couple of points. Sweet Bobby Ray with the 3-streak 5-1 start, as it's all Halifax on the scoreboard so far as they grab 20 off of the P1. Seattle Swarm in a bit of trouble here early, it seems, but we'll see if they can come back. Shots on to the P1 as they grab their first couple of points, but P2 currently in favor of Halifax. Nolsey with some clears up top keeps Halifax in firm control of this one. Shots coming in, Space taking down Ezra and co. Liquid able to sneak onto the P2 somehow, despite it being surrounded by Halifax players. And just like that, Halifax in trouble now on the P2. Liquid gets a little too overzealous and should have just stayed on the hill as we're going to get there, though. Sweet Bobby rotates in. Sweet Babby, or Sweet Baby Rays, getting it done. Nolsey and co. stacked on OBJ. Ollie waiting for the go-ahead to rotate. He's going to rotate outright. Shots coming in on the outside. Looking for one. Sweet Baby Ray taking it down. 4-streak now. Can he hold? No go. 3-stack from Seattle. So they try to rotate in fully. Ezra with the full clear, but not quite as Nolsey's up top. And Halifax doing a great job on this hard point thus far as they maintain that 30-point lead or so. Seattle going to grab a bit of this scrap and set up for the P3. Shots coming in and a no-go. Sweet Baby Ray having himself a game at 11-3. Unfortunately taken out there. Space now looking for the full clear. Seattle Swarm able to bounce back in a big way on this one. Space looking for the full finish. Able to grab one. Paydini coming in. Wally, though, able to get on the hill and stay alive, at least for the moment. Slide out. No go. Nolsey on the P3 now. As Seattle Swarm trying to mount the comeback, but unfortunately can't seem to get it going. Paydini dancing on him with the pistol on the 3-streak now, eating the stuns. Halifax have the P4 spawns, and I don't know what Wally was checking for, but Paydini going to work in the mid lane. Seattle Swarm in a lot of trouble here, and they need to step up here and now and grab this P4 for a big money hill. Right now, it's just not going their way. Paydini with the shots. Ezra with the TK. And this is just Halifax through and through. Unfortunate timing here for Seattle. As this is not their map. They are getting torched. 3-piece in the feed. Paydini able to grab most of it, but man, this is just lopsided, it seems, in favor of Halifax. Wherever that first map team was, they have disappeared for a second. And they're going to need a little assistance to get back into this one. Now down by 52. Again, you got to just hold objective. You can't be peeking like that. It's going to cost you. Liquid here holding the line. Paydini looking for an angle, looking for a shot. Can't seem to find it. Shots from on high are a no-go. They're going to do it the long and difficult way, but Space with the shots. Nolsey now trying to rotate in. 30-point game now. Seattle eating into that deficit, but we rotate back to the P1 with Nolsey already there, setting up shots. Ezra up top, bobbing, weaving, moving, and grooving. Able to set up the P2 spawns, I believe. They need to confirm those as Ezra rotates in, re-peeks, and goes down. Paydini, the one to shut it down. Sweet Baby Ray at 15-8, a near 2.0 KD. Thought he was going to fall off the map, but able to stay alive. Tom Cruise from the mid lane trying to stay up. Paydini shutting him down. Back and forth we go, round and round, folks. Ezra on the P1 now, as Sweet Baby Ray, I believe, was on OBJ, but rotated out to secure the P2. So now Seattle Swarm, we're in good position, but again, that overextension and those slight movements that you think will cover you just don't. And Nolsey falls off the... Oh, somebody clip it. Nolsey fell off the map. He backed up a little too far. Still about a 30-point game, but Tom Cruise sneaking on to the P1 for this last little bit of scrap time. P2 coming up. Oh, that is hilarious. And that should be shared in the Discord immediately. Hardy hard. Shots coming in on the piano. I lost my train of thought. Paydini with the big two-piece runs out of ammo. Gonna have to reload. Tom Cruise rotating up top. Shots coming in. Great retake right there. 3 down in the feed. Nolsey gets the kill with the trophy system technically, but a solid retake from Seattle here as they bring it within 12. After a 52-point deficit, they bounce back in a big way. Shots coming in from the outside. Back and forth checkerboard in the feed. Wally with a big two-piece, though, holds the line. Solid shots coming in. Paydini, who else but Paydini for a two-piece to disrupt even for a moment. Shots coming in from either side. Liquid to shut it all down. Space trying to get up on the piano. Space trying to mantle. Checking. Doesn't spot him. Finally does. So last bit, a little bit of scrap going to Halifax, but we're all tied up at pretty much 125 apiece. Ezra here looking for the setup. Tom Cruise with a big two-piece now as they try to clear. Paydini causing problems, but the P3 in Seattle Swarm's favor. They just need to get those P4 spawns and they'll be all right. Rotations coming in from P4. Here comes a big push. Paydini on the outside picks up one. Paydini looking for some more, but he's not going to get it. Ezra trying to hold. Shots coming in. The pre-fire. It's a 1v2. He can't get it done. And Halifax trying to take over now. Liquid on the kitchen table goes down. Big rotation in the mid lane. Wally looking for the finish. Getting those nades in there at the last second. Paydini able to avoid, at least for a moment, but Seattle Swarm doing a great job of maintaining control of this P3 for a significant chunk of its full hill time. As the P4 comes up, they have the spawns courtesy of Tom Cruise in the backline. So a great rotation of hills, a great holds. This is exactly how Seattle won the first game, and I expect them to do much of the same in this one. Sweet baby Ray going to work with a two-piece. Tom Cruise unfortunately taken out, and just like that, Halifax have broken the P4 within the first 10 seconds of it popping, and that is just a dangerous sign if I'm Seattle Swarm. You gave up the P4 Money Hill that quickly and that easily. So now waiting for the backup. Ezra trying to rotate in, looking for some shots, looking for an angle, trying to get anything going. Rotate, trying to find your angle. Paydini in the back line, sliding up and getting taken out. Tom Cruise the last one up, and just devastation for Seattle here. As you clear out the back line, 161. This was going to be your crowning achievement. You're going to be able to bounce back in a big way. You've got to check the tub. 3 dead in the feed in favor of Halifax. Ezra goes down as well. That P4 was all Halifax, so any sort of lead that Seattle garnered off that P2, P3 was just eviscerated on this P4. Now they lead by 19. On to the P1 we go, folks. Shots coming in from Paydini. Taken out as Sweet Bobby Ray looking for the shots. Gonna grab it from down below. Wally rotating in onto the hill. Keeping this one close. My voice is starting to go, folks, but I'm trying to hold the line. Paydini. 30 and 22 for Paydini. A valiant effort through and through from both sides, but Paydini going to work. Liquid able to take him down, but just barely on the 3 streak. Got to be careful here. Space up top. Looking for the clear. Gonna find it. No, he won't. Ezra takes him down. P1 to P2. Favoring Seattle, I believe, but careful. Oh, boy. Excuse me. Sweet baby Ray looking for the shots. Gonna grab it, and they're gonna pick up the rest of this scrap time to keep things close. P2 about to pop. Wally holding in the corner, picking up 1, but needs some backup ASAP. Rotations coming in, shots coming in, and they clear it. Halifax once again in control of the P2. Ezra on the outside trying to find a way in, but it's a no-go. Liquid down below has to rotate back and out to the outside. Shots on space. Now just trying to get to the spawns. Liquid just poking and prodding on the outside. Paydini going down. Rotating in now to contest. Tom Cruise and co. Rotate in. Sweet baby Ray with a 2-piece, but it's not enough. Liquid on the 3 streak of his own. Trying to hold it here. Space on the inside going down. Again, Halifax struggling to maintain three-piece in the feed for Seattle. Sweet Baby Ray goes down, and now rotating up into the 200-point mark. It's Halifax down by 15 and counting. They won't be able to win it here, but Seattle Swarm going to be close, and P3 has been one of their strong suits as of late. They try to contest. They try to break through. Space gets 2, but it's not enough. So Seattle Swarm about to punch into the 2:30 time slot. Have to rotate to this P3 and have to secure it ASAP. Halifax also have a chance here. If this goes to the P4, though, Halifax are going to steal it. That has been their stronghold. Seattle now just trying to find a way in on the P3. Rotating. Here comes the Swarm. Ezra taken over. Ezra going to work, and Paydini goes down. Liquid just holding now. Liquid trying to stay up. Here comes the push from the Lances. Full steam ahead. Lances down. 2 down in the feed. Wally picks up 1. Sweet Baby Ray going to work. He's sweet. He's dangerous. He's getting dusted. Paydini with the double, and Ezra holds the line, but he extends too far. 246. He could have won it on that, I think. 20 seconds left on the clock. Wally picks up 1. They need just 4 on the P3. Ezra 2. That's the squad wipe, and that's the Swarm stinging where it hurts the most. Halifax Lances taking the L. Oh, in a thriller. 250 to 210. A much closer affair this time around, but
Wow, you guys
the result
got
is the
significantly
same.
worse than last time.
And here comes the trash
The
talk. Wally
following
letting
could
them
be
know.
indicative that Samantha is
They're gonna
weak,
they're gonna hear all of
neglected,
it.
lack of
A
emotional
solid,
support from her mother,
solid
You
lack of
matchup
heard me.
through and
anxiety
through.
when her mother
Good
is
round,
distressed.
everyone. Good round,
What's
everybody,
your
and a
left
solid GG's between both sides.
You know I
As
love
the
you, buddy.
trash talk ensues, I hope you all have a wonderful night. Please be sure to
well,
subscribe to the
thank you.
YouTube. Big Rich X on YouTube,
Always feeling
folks.
hungry.
Stay safe out
Always
there.
tired of
GG's,
sleeping.
everybody.
Trumpy
GG's.
tardiness.
And Halifax leaves a little early, so we won't be
appearance or
able to
changes-
see it. As I don't know what Tom is spewing about, but he's doing something in school that has to do with HIPAA. So best of luck. Either way, a valiant and incredible effort from both sides. I'm going to call it there because I'm sweaty, I'm tired, and I'm hungry. Please be sure to subscribe to the YouTube, Big Rich X. Follow on the Twitch. And I will catch y'all next time. VOD will be available shortly, folks. Good night.